22 Filipino fishermen and owners of Philippine fishing boat GemVer will finally receive compensation from the operator of the Chinese vessel that rammed, sunk, and abandoned the men in the West Philippine Sea in June 2019. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara confirms this to Rappler on Thursday, April 28, after negotiations between the two parties were finally concluded. Guevara confirms both parties agreed to 6 million pesos compensation to the fishermen and the settlement is ready to be implemented. GemVer owner Felix de la Torre is expected to receive the compensation on behalf of his crew in Manila. The agreed amount is much less than the 12 million peso civil damages estimated following an assessment done from July to August 2020, but higher than the supposed 3.6 million peso to 4 million peso amount proposed at one point during negotiations. Department of Justice Undersecretary Adrian Sugay tells Rappler the Department of Foreign Affairs will issue an official statement on the matter in the coming days. The COMELEC confirms that House Deputy Speaker Rodante Marcoleta, one of the key figures who pushed for the non-renewal of ABS-CBN's franchise, backed out from the senatorial race, citing his poor survey numbers. In a statement, Marcoleta says he was brave enough to read the writings on the wall due to his poor showing in the surveys. COMELEC Commissioner George Garcia, through a staff, says all votes cast for Marcoleta will be considered stray and will not count. The COMELEC and bank accepts Marcoleta's withdrawal papers on Wednesday, April 27. Marcoleta is part of the Uniteam slate of Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and Sara Duterte. The latest Pulse Asia survey in March shows Marcoleta ranks 24 to 30. Before his withdrawal, Marcoleta took pride during his previous campaign rallies that he was behind the ABS-CBN shutdown that resulted in the retrenchment of thousands of workers during the height of the pandemic. Despite backing out from the race, Marcoleta will still need to file a statement of contributions and expenditures with the COMELEC. He can be appointed to a government post after the polls, as he will no longer be covered by the one-year prohibition rule imposed on candidates.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
The Health Department urges the public to get their COVID-19 booster shot following the detection of the Philippines' first Omicron BA.2.12 case. The agency says the presence of the Omicron BA.2.12 is a reminder that the virus is still out there and that cases can go up the moment the public lets its guard down. So far, the World Health Organization doesn't classify Omicron BA.2.12 as a variant of interest or variant of concern. Initial studies suggest BA.2.12 may be 20% more transmissible than BA.2, which is the dominant subvariant of Omicron in the Philippines and the rest of the world. There is not enough evidence yet on whether BA.2.12 can cause more severe symptoms. On Monday, April 25, the Philippines began administering a fourth dose or second booster shot to immunocompromised individuals aged 18 and above. Investors speculating over whether Elon Musk will complete his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter Inc. sends the company's shares on Wednesday, April 27, to their lowest since the deal was announced 2 days ago. Traders worry Musk may not have enough money available to fund his $21 billion cash contribution and could decide not to sell some of his Tesla Inc. shares to come up with it. Musk has backtracked before, deciding at the last minute not to join Twitter's board earlier this month. Musk would also have to pay only a $1 billion breakup fee, which is a sliver of his Forbes estimated $240 billion fortune, to cancel the acquisition. Meantime, Musk's criticism of Twitter Inc. sparks an outpour of abusive tweets against the company's top lawyer on Wednesday, April 27. Musk responds to a tweet criticizing Vijay Gadde, the executive who oversees Twitter's policy and legal teams, saying Twitter's decision to restrict a New York Post article about US President Joe Biden's son was incredibly inappropriate. Employees and staff of Twitter then voice out their concern over Musk's criticism of Twitter's content moderation, saying this could backtrack the company's efforts to deal with harassment, misogyny, and misinformation. The Amazing Spider-Man star Andrew Garfield announces he'll be taking a break from acting for the meantime. The Oscar-nominated Tick Tick Boom actor tells People magazine in an interview he is looking forward to taking some time and just be, and feels it is important to do so after producing a lot of output. The 38-year-old Garfield adds he has to refill so he can carry on, but also acknowledges the privilege of getting to consider getting time off for himself. He also tells Variety he wants to just be a bit ordinary for a while. Garfield recently starred in 2021 film Tick Tick Boom, for which he won a Golden Globe for Best Actor. He also made a well-received cameo as Peter Parker alongside fellow Spider-Mans Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire for the latest Spider-Man: No Way Home sequel.